Hello, today I would like to talk about my history with the Dominican police and my run-ins with them. Uh, in this country, I was arrested 3 times. I've been in jail 3 times in this country. The first time I was arrested, came out of and this is why I don't really trust the judiciary system in the Dominican Republic, and I don't trust the police in the Dominican Republic. There's a lot of corruption going on here in this country, and the Dominican Republic is at a crossroad. Whereas they need to understand, this country needs to understand that they're either going to, they need to know what business are they going to be in. Are they going to be in the tourist business, or are they going to be in the corruption business? Now, if money in the corruption business is more profitable, then they should stick to corruption. But the two's not going to add up, because people like me are going to talk about it, and that's going to reduce your tourist money. So you're getting all the millions and billions of dollars in tourist money that's coming in, but the little money that you get from harassing, tourists, you have to understand that it's going to come back and bite you at some point. Especially people like me, they're going to tell what's going on. People on ground zero. So my first run-in at the Dominican Republic, the circumstances was I was robbed. And in this robbery, when the police caught the person that robbed me, they wanted me to claim my items. So when I went down to the police station, they basically said that I'm not an American, this is not my passport, and I got locked up for 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. The second time I was robbed, the second time I was locked up, what happened? Oh, okay. I was doing, I had this guy who was doing some work for me, and I think, he was doing drugs or whatever. And one day he asked me if I could pay him ahead of time. So I gave him the money for the week ahead of time. So now when it was time for him to get paid for the end of the week, I said, oh, remember what we talked about? I paid you ahead of time? But he didn't want to remember. So he wanted his money even though I already paid him. So I think the drugs got to his head, and he attacked me. And when I tried to walk away, he just pretty much assaulted me. So we got into a fight, and I was arrested for that, and he was arrested. When I was arrested, they made me pay money to get out, and they made me pay money for the one that attacked me. The guy that attacked me, they made me pay money for him to get out, and they made me pay for me to get out. That's Dominican justice. Taking advantage of tourism, or tourists, people who are not from here. The third time I was arrested was now, this girl, she tried to rob me. Basically, there was a big scam going on. She was trying to steal my furniture. She had guys a truck ready to come and rob me. I found out about it, and when she couldn't rob me that way, she claimed that I hit her and this and that, and she robbed me that way. I was locked up for 8 days. And while I was locked up, the police took my keys and gave her the keys, and she robbed me that way. So she was still able to rob me. and then they made me pay $1,000. I ended up paying about $1,000 to the courts and everything, and the lawyers. So they're making their money off, tourists. So they have to know that the Dominican Republic has to come to a crossroad. Which way they want to go. They want to go in the way of corruption, continue along the path of corruption, and then play the good, the saint game. We're a Christian country, play the saint game. Have billions of dollars worth of tourists, and then when stories like mine gets out, maybe you made some money, maybe you made $1,000 off of me, but maybe you lost $1,000 with somebody who's going to watch my videos when I talk about it. So maybe that's $1,000 you lost. So you have to come to, you have to decide. The Dominican Republic has to decide what road they want to take. Here in the Dominican Republic, there's a culture of strength prevails. Strength prevails. This is the idea. Strength prevails. Meaning, if you're walking down the street and somebody's walking in front of you and he's bigger than you, he automatically has the right the way to push you out the way. This is like the idea. This is like strength prevails. If I'm driving in a truck and there's a little car, you better get out of my way. I got the right of way because I'm bigger and I'm stronger. This strength prevailed, mentality. That's what's out here. So they take advantage of people who they seem as weak, meat. So the police have a way of, they go around the poor neighborhoods with people who don't have a voice, and they round up these random kids. They just tell them, come on, you coming with me right now. And they figure that they know there's no really jobs out here where anybody's getting money. So they know there are people who probably are selling drugs or whatever. So they go around these neighborhoods and they just grab up a whole truckload, 30 or 40 people. You'll see them in the back of the truck, right? And not necessarily they did anything. They just grab them up, and they know that out of the people that they grabbed up, they're going to eventually find maybe 2 or 3 of them have maybe some drug money on them. So that's how they make out. Or the ones that are locked up, if they want to leave, they have to pay some money to police officers. Now this is their business, I guess other countries have their corruption, but these stories are going to get out, and they need to know that. So the Dominican Republic right now is at a crossroad, and they're going to have to decide what road they want to continue on taking, what path they want to continue on taking. That's all I have to say for right now.